looking out there?
So far, so good. And we actually started out pretty cool this morning. A lot of the state, actually lots of eastern Oklahoma, started out in the upper 50s earlier this morning. We got down to about 62 degrees at the airport in Oklahoma City, but 59 degrees this morning in El Reno. Not quite that cool anymore, but it's not bad either. This is our Enid camera, part of our Pike Pass Skycam network. Blue skies, we're only at 74 degrees right now. A south wind at 9 miles an hour. Dew points in the upper 50s. Temperatures in the mid-70s across the far east. We have mid and upper 70s across the west. A couple of 80 degrees showing up here and there. A south wind between about 10 to 20 miles an hour, but in northwest Oklahoma and out in the Panhandle, we are seeing gusts as high as around 30 to as much as around 35. So a little bit more wind out there. But the big picture, once again, just kind of showing the main jet stream well to the north. This picture really hasn't changed a whole lot. It almost kind of looks like we're almost back in that ring of fire with the ridge of high pressure out to the west and all of the storms kind of moving in around that. I'm not expecting any storms here today in Oklahoma, but that could change as we get a little bit closer to the weekend. Something else, the bigger headline is honestly just going to be the heat. It's going to continue to get hotter over the next several days. I really don't see an end to that anytime soon. So today we should be back in the 90s. Same story as we get into the weekend. Now, as we do get into tomorrow, more so tomorrow evening into tomorrow night, there will be a chance of storms over Kansas that could drop south into far northern Oklahoma, and kind of the same thing on Saturday. But then after that, I really don't see too many storm chances here in the state. Pretty much just kind of around us with a couple of weak pieces of energy moving through. So there's no big storm systems moving through the central and southern plains over the next several days. Again, the bigger headline is just going to be how dry and hot it is going to be over the next several days. Not only that, but it will become increasingly more humid over the next several days as well. Dew points will start soaring back into the 60s and 70s, and that's going to be sticking around quite literally for a while as well. But today's not so bad. It's certainly going to be hot, but not necessarily too humid. Looking for a high of about 94 degrees in Oklahoma City, keeping that wind out of the south between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. But it's going to be extremely hot in the northwest. High of 101 degrees today in Alva, 101 in Guyman, and 98 this afternoon in Woodward. Overnight tonight, we're going to be mostly clear, and temperatures should be dropping back down into the upper 60s here in Oklahoma City, but only the low to mid 70s across the far west and low 70s in the far east. Now, tomorrow afternoon, just a little bit hotter for some of us. 95 degrees in Oklahoma City. That wind being out of the southeast between 10 to 20 again, so a little bit of a breeze going on. 102 degrees in Alva, 100 in Clinton, 102 in Altus. But by tomorrow evening, there will be a pretty good chance we could actually get a few showers and storms to move out of Kansas into the Panhandle and parts of north central Oklahoma. Now, if that is going to be the case, then there would be a low threat that they could become severe with some small hail, maybe wind gusts as high as around 60 to 65 miles an hour, but then they quickly fall apart after that, and I do not expect any rain here in the metro. By Saturday, I have 96 degrees in Oklahoma City, 97 in Ponca City, 99 in Hobart Saturday afternoon, and Saturday afternoon and evening, those chances for rain and storms stay in northern Oklahoma. Now we're introducing that chance in southern Oklahoma, but those chances are even less. So still just a slight chance in any one location across the far north and in the far south, maybe a rumble of thunder or two if we can get those storms going. So generally, it just looks hot and dry over the next several days, and it's only going to get more hot and more humid. 4th of July, nothing changes there. 98 degrees in Oklahoma City. Overnight lows only dropping down into the low to mid 70s, and 100-degree temperatures are back in the forecast.